Welcome friends, LostScarf here, and it's time for the end of the year, so 1Shots Top 10. These are the games that we did 1-shots on. What are the top 10s of them? So as always with these things, it is just my opinion, of course. These are the ones that, the way they rank is just, I'll give you my reasons why, but you might disagree, but these are what they are, and I really enjoyed them in this order, and had a lot of fun with them. There were a lot of games, a lot of good indies, and we'll honorable mention some of them. But at the end of the day, they are what they are. So first up, honorable mentions, that is these 5 games. They are Nantucket, Full Metal Furies, The Chronicles of Nyanya, and Algobot. Algobot was pretty fun because it's a game where you're doing algorithms and you're kind of doing programming in a way, and it's just a fun puzzle game. I liked it a lot. Chronicles of Nyanya, I think was pretty funnily written. I liked it a lot. It was a pretty fun RPG, but just not up to hit the top 10. Full Metal Furies was kind of cool. The big thing for it was the soundtrack. It was from A Shell in the Pit. Love the soundtrack of this game. But the game itself was alright. And then there's Nantucket. Nantucket's an interesting game because it's a whaler RPG. It takes place after Moby Dick. And I liked it. I just enjoyed it a lot. It was just an interesting game, and it was fun. Number 10 is Symmetry. Now this was a hell of a game. This is developed by Sleepless Clinic. Publishers is Image.Pro. This is one of those games where you have limited resources, you only have so much time kind of game, and you just have a group of people, and it's just a lot of just management of resources and personnel. Keep them alive through keeping the fires going, keeping food going, just keeping a bunch of things going, keep their sanity going. It's that kind of game, and it's really hard, but I found it extremely compelling. It was very interesting, the world they're in, and the deeper you go into the game, the crazier it gets. After I did the one-shot, I spent like 5-6 hours on this game trying to beat it and doing everything in the game. I had a lot of fun with it. It's very compelling for me. Not something for everyone. It's a different kind of game, but I enjoyed it a lot, and that's why it's at number 10. Number 9 is Rogue Aces. This is a game we played on the Switch. You can also find it on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita. Developers were Infinite State Games, designer Charlie Scott Skinner, and the publisher is Curve Digital. This is fun. This is a really fun game. Just fly around, shoot things, steal aircraft, shoot It's just an arcadey game. That's the best way to put it. You're flying around, shooting things, completing missions, just wrecking a bunch of damage, and just having fun doing that. It's not a very advanced game to think about. You have fun playing it. You fight ace enemies as well at times. Fun challenge there. It's just fun. That's the best way to put it. You're bombing things, shooting things, things die, and that's just the way to put it. I had a lot of fun playing it, not much more than that, so check it out if you're interested. Number 8 is Thrones of Britannia, a Total War Saga, and it wasn't a very well reviewed game, but I actually liked it a lot. It was a cheaper Total War game, it had a story to it, you were dealing with like 10 clans. It was just a smaller concept for a Total War game, and I liked it personally. You had, of course, your people, you had your men, the general kind of guys, and you would marry them and have different relationships with that, and that's how you would get their loyalty, or if you want to get rid of them. Just different things going on there. There's the clash of like the Anglo-Saxons, the Gaelic clans, the Vikings. It was just a really cool setting. I enjoyed it a lot, and I liked that it was just what kind of warfare you were doing for that time. This is something I just enjoy about the Total War games is there's different kinds of warfare and strategies to them. There's, of course, a lot of the same standard warfare you would do for things. We got like your blockers in the front, archers in the back, things like that, but there are nuances to each one, and this continues that line, and I had a lot of fun doing that. I spent many hours on it. I liked it a lot, and if I had time to spend more time on it, I would. Enjoyed it very much, so there you go at number 8. Number 7 is Everspace on the Switch, the Stellar Edition. So this was developed by Rockfish Games, designer Hans Christian Kuhl, and the platforms are all over the place. So you can get it on Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, Linux. You can actually get it on Apple, so that's cool right there. And this is a fun game. It's a fly-behind game. You can also do it from the cockpit view as well, so it kind of just reminded me of Star Fox, but it's like free flying around. And it's a roguelike flyer. It's a very hard game. It is not easy to deal with, but once you learn it, you have a lot of fun just blowing things up and just flying around, and just, it gives you a good spacey feel. I like the tempo to this game. I like the music to the game. It felt good. It felt more exciting. The problem with some space games is they really like to do the ambience, but they do it a little too ambient, and so it's a little sleepy. This one does it a little more amped up, and a little more interesting, and doing it that way made me more interested, and it made it more impactful, and I just enjoyed it a lot. I was very curious about the story. The game's just hard. It's hard to get through this game, but once you're good at it, you are good at it, and I liked it a lot, and that's why it's number 7. It was just fun to play, and probably at the end of the day, fun factor is probably what is really deciding where I put these games, and I just had a lot of fun with it. Number 6 is Basingstoke. This is a good game. It's from Puppy Games. They've made a bunch of games over the years, and they just get better and better and better, and this is so good. So, welcome to Basingstoke is the longer name for it. In this game, you are trying to survive a zombie apocalypse. It's a really tense roguelike. It's got arcade action to it. It's a little stealthy game, and I like it a lot. It's just good. It's you just trying to survive from location to location while there's a zombie apocalypse. And there's a bunch of items you can pick up, a bunch of items you can put together to make even more fun items. It's very interesting. The humor of it's pretty funny to me. I enjoy the game. It's tense. It is very tense. You feel some pressure when you play this game, and I like that a lot. And the lighting is incredible. I love the lighting of this game. I love the atmosphere of the game. It is such a good game, and I enjoyed it so much, and I played way too much of this game. God, I kind of want to play it again right now, honestly. It's good, and it's a roguelike, so there's a lot of just situations that could happen because of it, and the different weapons you can make. It's a good game. It is a good game. It's in a good spot at number 6. It's good. Number 5 is The Raven Remastered, and oh my god. So developers are King Art, and the publishers were THQ Nordic, and I like this game a lot. Like, it's very much a story-based game. This is a point-and-click adventure kind of game, and oh my god, it's so good. Like, the voice acting is really good, the music's really good, the story's good. I was so interested in this story. I was so interested in my character. I was in. I just was so interested from the start, going around, talking to the characters, learning about the characters. Everyone feels alive. The world just feels like it exists. They did a great job in this game, and I just liked it so much. And it's a remaster of an older game, which I never played. I never knew about until now. I'm so glad I played it. I really enjoyed this game. I'm so happy I played it. The story is just... It's a mystery game. Like, you want to play this game if the story gets its hooks into you. You want to know what the heck's going on. I just enjoyed it a lot. I really liked it, and I just liked your character. Zellner is such an interesting character. I like him a lot, and what he does and what he tries to do is just so cool. Great game. Really good. I recommend the heck out of it. I really do. If you're into point and clicks, this is for you right here. Number 5, The Raven Remastered. Number 4 is Dead in Vinland. This game. So it's developed by CCCP, publisher Palladius. This game, I've spent 50 plus hours on, I still haven't beaten it. This game is hard. This is a hard game. It's a survival management game. It's another limited resources game. You got a number of people trying to survive, keep them all alive, keep them all happy, keep them from killing themselves or dying from many different ways. You're trying to keep this family of 4 alive, and eventually you'll gain other characters, or don't gain anyone at all, whatever, up to you. But it is a hard game. It's also got some RPG and adventure elements to it, because there's RPG fighting. It's kind of like, the best way to describe it is, it's very much like The Darkest Dungeon, but without the insanity part to it. That's the best way to put it. Pretty good combat system though, I like it a lot. It is just a hard game. I keep trying to beat it, I keep failing, and I keep coming back for more. This game is torturous, it is cruel, and yet I play it so much. Music's good, atmosphere is good, the writing's good, the characters are good. I like this game a lot, and I hate this game so very much. It's one of those games. This is my getting over it. That's what this game is. Oh my god, but it's good. It is finely crafted. It is just a good game, but sometimes it just feels a little too cruel, and it never feels helpful at all. It is tough, but it is so enjoyable at the same time in a weird way. Number 4 for a reason. Really like this game despite how torturous it is, but woof, give it a shot. It's pretty fun. Number 4, Dead in Vinland. Number 3 is Rise of Industry. The developer is Dapper Penguin Studios, and the publisher is Casito Games. It is still in early access, and they are constantly updating this game. The developer streams quite a bit of the game. It is constantly being supported. This is a game that is going to finish and come to full release, and I'm so happy about that. Usually we don't necessarily put early access games, but this is going to be completed, and it's going to be good. Oh my god, is it a good game. So this game scratches a certain itch. It's a strategic tycoon game. And it's a city builder, but you don't build the city. You build the industry around cities, and by doing that, you influence cities. So you're building the water infrastructure, you're building like oil and coal and wood. You're building all the things a city needs to grow. and you influence them by what you're doing there, but also they influence you because they have certain demands, and then there's other AI in the game who are also feeding the towns, so you have to deal with them and figure out how to work around them and improve your industry. And there's level ups to your industry and what you can improve and everything. You can be a winemaker, you can be a beer brewer, you can be a fishery, you can do so much stuff to develop towns without directly doing the building for them. You build everything else around them. It's an interesting take on doing it that way, and it's got this addiction to it. I can't stop playing it. And by the way, the opener to this game is one of the best openers ever because it explains what the game's about in only a few minutes while being interesting and entertaining at the same time. They're describing the game while having some pretty good music to it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in. I'm very much interested. I know what you're about. Just like that with just the opener in just a few minutes, and I like that a lot. I really like how good that opener is. This is good. I like it. I really like it. It scratches a Factorio itch without being the same game as Factorio. That's the one way I put it. It just does, and I love it. I love it so much. That's why it's number 3. Number 2 is Ash of Gods. Developer Aram Dust, published by Aram Dust and Whisper Games. So, what's the best way to describe this game? Take Banner Saga and make it not as good. That is the best way to put it, and it's not necessarily a dig towards Ash of Gods. It's just not as polished as Banner Saga. It's really good, but not as good as Banner Saga. That's the best way to put it. That's just the best way to put it, because it has everything like it. This was a Kickstarted game. They did not hide that they were basically making a game based on Banner Saga. Like, not based on, but just in the same element of it. The art really reminds you a lot like Banner Saga. It is really good art style. The gameplay reminds you a lot of Banner Saga because they just based it on it. Just so much of just everything about the game, the travel system, everything about it, the choices, it very much was, Banner Saga is great, let's make a game like that. That's what this game is. And they do it mostly well. They really do. A lot of the characters are memorable. I really like them a lot. A lot of the characters have great dialogue. There's a couple who aren't so great. A lot of the choices feel right. A lot of the moments in this game, there's some really good moments, and there's some pretty good storytelling in this. There's some good lore and world building in it as well. But it's just a little flawed. There are some things in it that are just not as good as they could be. Some characters in it that are not as good as they could be. And some things are just not explored as much as they should be. In the end, it took me 20-ish hours to beat this game. It took me 5 days to do it. The second I started playing, I couldn't put it down. I just wanted to get to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. Only things getting in my way was like work and doing stuff for the channel. Besides that, all my free time went to playing this game. Beat it in 5 days. Really felt satisfied with it for the most part, but there were elements that could have been better about it, and just reading up and looking back, I'm like, yeah, there were things that could have been better about it. It is so flawed, but it is also so good. In the element, in the moment of it. It's like picking up a book, and you're just in there from the start. And you get to the finish, and you're like, well, that was really fun. And then you go back like, okay, some things weren't as great, but it's good. It is a good game when you're in it. And I enjoyed it a lot. I recommend the heck out of it. It was just a fun ride. I was just pulled, and I just couldn't stop. I liked it so much. So that's why it's number 2. Number 1 is Into the Breach. This is developed by Subset Games, published by Subset Games. It's from the makers of FTL. If you want to find perfection, this is the game. Into the Breach is perfection. Everything about this game is amazing. It's good visuals, good music, everything just works very well. The gameplay, oh god, the strategy in the gameplay. This game is perfect. It gives you so many ways to play the game. It gives you so many things to choose from and just work with it. It's just like FTL. You go from place to place, playing the game as best you can, making your characters as best you can, and trying to survive and win the big final battle. And oh my god, from the first fight to the last fight, every single turn feels important. There is a tension, there is a pressure, and you feel it. And you feel such satisfaction every time things work out. Every single move, it's like, okay, this move, I gotta do this and this, I gotta do these things, this is where I'm gonna go. If this all works out, oh my god, this is the most important move, because if I don't, oh my god, I'm gonna fail this whole thing. And then the next turn, you're like, oh my god, this is the most important turn of the game. Every single turn feels like it matters. Every single move you make feels like it matters. There is weight to everything you do. Every upgrade, just the whole thing. You feel like what you're doing is right, and then if it goes wrong, oh crap, then you learn from that and you do better next time. Every move just feels important. And there's so many interesting strategies to this game and the different just starts you get in the game. It's so damn good. It is so dang good. And then beating the game is incredibly satisfying. It's there's so much tension to it. Like, I don't know how they came up with this game, but it's just perfect. It's the only way I can put it. When I fail, I feel like it's my fault and nothing else. I don't feel like the game is at fault at all. I feel like it is on me. Every time I succeed, it feels like it's on me. Every time I fail, I feel like it's on me. That is such a rewarding feeling. And Into the Breach gets that feeling perfectly. I have never found a game more better wound, better done than this one. It is so damn good. Like, as a strategy game, you will love this game if you're into strategy. It just feels right. Everything clicks correctly, and you just feel so rewarded when you do it correctly. I love this game so much. This is just perfect. I could still play FTL over and over again and love it. And same thing for Into the Breach. I can play this over and over and over again. These games are capable of being timeless. They're just so dang good. Just awesome job to Subset Games. They did a great job. It is number 1. It deserves to be number 1. And it's going to be in the general top 10 list as well. Not number 1 there. We'll give that away. But it's really up there too. I love this game a lot. It is perfection. That's the top 10 list of the 1-shots. What's your top 10 list? Out of my 1-shots, of course, because this is a specific set right here, because these are the ones we gave these quick recommendation videos for. Scarf plays the next top 10 list is everything we played. And oh man, I can't wait to talk about that list as well. It was a good year. It was an incredible year in gaming. Oh my god, was it so good. There's some duds, of course. Every year's got their duds, but it was incredible. I'm so satisfied with so many of these games. I love being in gaming, just so great. And that right there is the top 10 list for the 1-shots. I had fun talking, it'll be fun watching and listening, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.